What's up, guys? It's me Boxing, and I just finished up watching David Morrell Jr. versus Lennox Allen, which was a 12-rounder for the interim WBA Super Middleweight World Championship. And this fight was broadcasted live on Fox, 8 p.m. Eastern Time it began. And this was one of the first PBC on Fox show. I think it was a very good fight. This fight was. The atmosphere is much different than, as opposed to a top-ranked show or PBC on Showtime's first show with Angelo Leao and Tremaine Williams. They added a background with some, it looks like just stock images of fans, and they add cheers when there's a knockdown or a huge punch landed or a fighter gets hurt or something interesting. They do bring out crowd noise, which is a little aesthetically pleasing. But overall, I think this was a pretty action-packed fight. It was very bad, in my opinion, for Lennox Allen, as he didn't really throw any punches, as opposed to David Morrell, who looked excellent, winning the interim WBA title and improving to only 3-0 and winning his first piece of interim gold and his first piece of a world title, as the interim belt does, I believe in my book, count him as a world champion. But not the gold belt, not the gold belt. Comment down below what you guys think about the WBA gold belt. But very good win, as I said before, for David Morrell. It was a little suspicious, but in my previous video, I was saying he's going to win this fight. He has a huge experience advantage. And even though he's only gone 3 rounds in his whole career, just let everyone know that. In his whole professional career, he's only gone 3 rounds. And his amateur fights were only 3 rounds apiece. So he really had 152 amateur fights and 2 professional fights before going a full 12 rounds versus an undefeated fighter that's also gone 10 rounds and 12 rounds multiple times. And Lennox Allen, I really thought that he'd sort of bring on the pressure to Morrell later in the fight, but earlier on, it looked like Morrell was getting a little tired, and then he was getting hit. In round number 4, I remember a huge counter punch by Lennox Allen that I thought would have hurt or maybe dropped Morrell, but it did look like Morrell has a pretty good chin, as he's able to take some of those great shots from Lennox Allen, who's actually a decent power puncher. Lennox Allen now goes to 22-1, obviously not going to be the WBA gold champion or #1 contender anymore, as he was before this fight. David Morrell would move up to the #1 contender spot, and he will be the mandatory for Canelo Alvarez's WBA regular title. And I don't see that fight happening, being that one of them's PBC, one of them's Matchroom USA, or Golden Boy on the Zone. So it's going to be pretty tough to get that fight to happen. Maybe they could do a fight versus Callum Smith, or maybe, but that's also a little weird because he's a Matchroom guy. It's just a big platform difference, as both guys are from the Zone, and the other guy is also from Golden Boy. So it's going to be pretty tough to get a title fight for David Morrell for one of the big belts. Maybe he could fight Caleb Plant, who's in PBC, or David Benavidez, which would be a very good fight that I'd like to see as well for the WBC Super Middleweight World title. But David Morrell got a unanimous decision win, almost pitching a shutout on all 3 judges' scorecards. I scored at 119-109 myself. One of the judges scored at 119-109, agreeing with my scorecard. The other 2 scored at 118-110 and 120-108. So pretty much a shutout pitch for David Morrell, and it's pretty impressive that he's only a 2-0 guy going the distance and beating up on a guy who's got more professional experience and who's been the distance multiple times past 8 rounds. So overall, a great win for Morrell, improving to 3-0, becoming the new world champion. And yeah, that's really it. I'm MB Boxing. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.